أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع.
The next point the author mentions وكما أنه محيي الموتى بعدما أحيا استحق هذا الاسم قبل إحيائهم كذلك استحق اسم الخالق قبل إنشائهم. In the same way that he is the reviver of life to the dead after he has given them life a first time, he deserves this name before bringing them to life. So too, he deserves the name Creator before he actually created them.
Yeah, the meaning is clear. Okay, let me just repeat it in slow motion, as they say. In the same way that Allah Jalla wa Ala is the reviver of life and dead, after he has given them life a first time, he deserves this name before bringing them to life. So Allah Jalla wa Ala, as we have described before, Allah Jalla wa Ala had this name, and as the author used the word deserves, Allah Jalla wa Ala deserved to have that name irrespective of his creation, irrespective of the fact that he created them after they were not created, irrespective of the fact that Allah Jalla wa Ala took their life and caused them to die after they were living being. I might have a reservation about the word istahaqqa. Okay, the commentator here did not comment on this, and I haven't seen any of the scholars commenting on this word istahaqqa, but I am personally reluctant to accept this word. Anyway, in English it is he deserved to be like this. Yani, as the author said, he has given in the same way that he is the reviver of life and death, after he has given them life a first time, he deserves this name before bringing them to life. So he deserves his name. Anyway, inshallah, that is not a big deal. Inshallah. Okay, carry on, please.
The author Tahawiyah rahimahullah then says, ذلك بأنه على كل شيء قدير وكل شيء إليه فقير وكل أمر عليه يسير لا يحتاج إلى شيء ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. This is because he has power over all things. All things depend on him and are easy for him. He is not in need of anything. Nothing is like him. He is the all-hearing, the all-seeing.
Okay. Yes, this statement includes two main things, and I think we have explained them in general. The first point that Allah Jalla wa Ala, as the author quoted here, that Allah Jalla wa Ala has the ability, has the power over all things, has the ability and power to do anything. And Allah Jalla wa Ala mentioned this in number of ayat. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ, and so on, number of ayat. And I think we quoted some of those ayat in a previous statement. Now, here the commentator quoted the opinion of the Mu'tazila regarding the power of Allah Jalla wa Ala. The ayah says, وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا, that Allah Jalla wa Ala has power over all things, which means that Allah Jalla wa Ala can do anything. Allah Jalla wa Ala has power over all things. Now, the Mu'tazila, this known sect, they misinterpreted this, or they distorted the meaning of this verse, and they said, in fact, this means that Allah Jalla wa Ala has power over all things in his power. Al-maqduru lillah. Not, as you said before, Asim, that they are restricting what Allah Jalla wa Ala did not restrict himself. So if Allah Jalla wa Ala says that وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ over all things, then we should not say that over all things that are in his power. We are limiting the qudra, the power, the ability of Allah Jalla wa Ala. So this is one point the author said. Then the author indicated to a question. If they were to say that, okay, can Allah Jalla wa Ala do the impossible things? Give us an example. We ask them, give us an example. They say, can Allah Jalla wa Ala create something that does not exist and exist in the same time? Yeah, I hope that the question is clear. Can Allah Jalla wa Ala create something that does not exist and exist in the same time? We say that this is just hypothetical discussion. Inconceivable. This is that thing, which you call a thing, that does not exist and exist in the same time. This is inconceivable. There is nothing that exists and that does not exist in the same time. So we should not even ask this question. And this is similar to the question that some non-Muslims in the West asked. Can Allah Jalla wa Ala create another God like himself? So we say that the question itself is wrong, because the question indicates that Allah Jalla wa Ala is created. Because you are saying, can Allah created a God like him? But Allah is not created in the first place. So if we say in response to this answer, yes, then we are mistaken. If we say in response to this answer, no, then we are also mistaken. Because we need to say that you have to correct the question before we respond to it. I hope that this point is clear. Then the author or the commentator continued to explain the verse لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. And we have said that this word لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْء, this statement لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْء, the ayah from the Quran, the Quranic verse, indicates that there is nothing like Allah Jalla wa Ala. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْء, nothing at all like Allah Jalla wa Ala. And we cannot resemble Allah Jalla wa Ala with anything. We cannot resemble anything with Allah Jalla wa Ala. We cannot liken Allah Jalla wa Ala with anything, and we cannot liken anything with Allah Jalla wa Ala. Then Allah Jalla wa Ala said, وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ, he is all hearing, all knowing, all hearing, all seeing, to prove that despite I have described myself that nothing like to me, still I am all hearing and I am all seeing. This is the explanation of Allah Jalla wa Ala, of what Allah Jalla wa Ala intended to say. So don't assume that nothing is like Allah Jalla wa Ala and Allah is not like anything, that Allah Jalla wa Ala has no qualities, no attributes, no asma wa sifat. And we have explained this in the past. So Al-Mushabbiha, those who are likening Allah Jalla wa Ala with any of His creation, or those who are likening some of the attributes of Allah Jalla wa Ala with our attributes, or the opposite, those who are likening us with Allah Jalla wa Ala, or likening some of our attributes with Allah Jalla wa Ala. Then the commentator explained one point, maybe it was not mentioned in Al-Tahawi's statement himself, but anyway we'll mention it inshallah quickly. He said that Allah Jalla wa Ala described himself that له المثل الأعلى. So المثل الأعلى, the highest or the most noble similitude, which means that Allah Jalla wa Ala has the highest and the most perfect names and attributes. In another word, that there is no name like the names of Allah Jalla wa Ala. We might have the word as a word, yes, but as a name in its full meaning and in the full capacity of the name, there is nothing like the names of Allah Jalla wa Ala. And similarly, that there are no qualities or no attributes like the attributes of Allah Jalla wa Ala. As you know, this ayah, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى, the most noble similitude, was mentioned in two verses, in Surah Al-Nahl and in Surah Al-Rum. لِلَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ مَثَلُ السَّوْءِ. Those who do not believe in the Akhirah, they have the bad example, and or the method of the evil example. And Allah Jalla wa Ala has the most noble similitude. And in the other ayah, وَلَهُ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى, Allah Jalla wa Ala possess or own the most noble similitude فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ, in the heavens and in the earth, and Allah Jalla wa Ala is almighty, all wise, Jalla wa Ala. Then the author or the commentator explained one interesting point. He said that this ayah ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. If you look at it in Arabic, there is nothing like Allah Jalla wa Ala. Is just the translation, but if you look at it in Arabic, Allah Jalla wa Ala said ليس كمثله, not ليس مثله شيء or ليس مثله شيء. And Allah Jalla wa Ala didn't even say ليس كهو شيء. So Allah Jalla wa Ala combined between two letters that benefit the likening. So how can this be understood? Yani, in another word, as if Allah Jalla wa Ala said there is nothing like what He likes or what He looks like. Okay? In the English translation, there is nothing like unto Him. Yeah, this is just the meaning. But if you were to translate it more accurately and maybe a literal translation, you would say there is nothing like what He is like. Okay? So how come we have two likes here? Ka, the letter Ka, and mithl. Like is Ka is like, and another like is mithl. So how come this is mentioned in this ayah? Anyway, I am not getting to this, okay, but I'm just mentioning it in here for your information. And the author said, or the commentator said, that this is either we say one of them is za'ida, to emphasize the meaning, one of them is access, to emphasize the meaning, and this is an Arabic way of emphasizing a meaning. لا أقسم بيوم القيامة. It doesn't mean I don't make an oath in يوم القيامة, but this is to emphasize that I am making an oath in يوم القيامة or by يوم القيامة. Or it means, the second meaning is it is in Arabic, we always use, or in Arabic the word mithl is used to indicate the person himself. So when I say a person like you should not do this, I don't mean, and I think even it is in English, I don't mean let us look for another person who looks like you, and that person does not do this. A person like you. It means you should not do this. Your qualities, your honor, your dignity should not do this. This is another meaning, and I think inshallah it is clear. We will stop here. That will be enough inshallah. Jazakumullahu khaira, barakallahu fikum. And just as we always remind you, brothers and sisters, that keep revising, and inshallah, as you know, you have the opportunity to ask questions and to post your questions inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.